Hello and welcome to KamenRider Blackman. Today, news on Power Rangers Dino Fury has came out involving the plot, character bios, and a couple new things, and we will be looking at them right now, right after the intro. Power Rangers Dino Fury. And before anyone says anything, yes, I changed my shirt before I started recording because I spilled water on myself on my other shirt. So I'll save that for my laundry. So, Power Rangers Dino Fury news. Today we got the plot, character bios, as well as some linked images, which we will discuss and I will show in the editing process of this. And so, the synopsis. When an army of powerful alien beings is unleashed on Earth, whoa, what was that for a moment? Threatening life as we know it, a brand new team of Power Rangers, fueled by the prehistoric power of dinosaurs, are recruited to deal with the threat. So, the plot doesn't really explain much, it just summarizes some of its points, doesn't really get into further details. But, aliens again. I've said this before in the last video I've had about Dino Fury, and I think that we all Power Ranger fans can agree to this, but aliens as the villains, it's a bit tapped out by now. And I mean, by now, that gimmick and theme, well, not gimmick, more or less a thing to the show, it's 20 years old at this point, and in this case, it's just gotten old. And keep in mind, people from space, different planets, whatnot, we know that space knows about the Power Rangers and whatnot. And so the fact that other evil beings still keep trying to take over the Earth after so many others have failed, I don't know. Maybe they're really confident, but who knows? Space is vast, so these guys aren't just bumping into each other and whatnot. And so, as for our characters, I'm going to pull up each Ranger's bio right now, as well as credit their actors. And so, let's start off with our Red Ranger, Zato, played by Russell Curry. Zato is an alien from the planet Rafcon, and he has been on Earth since the time of the dinosaurs. Frozen in stasis, after he is revived, he leads the Dino Fury Power Rangers in the hopes of stopping the evil forces that destroyed his planet from destroying planet Earth. Now, I'm getting some Andros vibes from Zato, which is not a bad thing because, first things first, I hope, this is one thing I actually hope for, that people don't get annoyed by Zato because because he's an alien and Andros was an alien and they're both the Red Ranger. I don't want people to be making that comparison and get annoyed by it because I still find this to be original because a lot of other elements to him that actually make him differ from Andros, and who knows what we might get. So, next, going on to the Blue Ranger, Owly, who is played by, let me get his actor's name, Kai Moya. Which, by the way, why Owly as a name? Or is it Ollie? Either way, his name is spelled Ollie. Like, that's a name for a dog, not a person. Just sorry, dude. I don't know. Hopefully, Ollie is short for Oliver. And so, Ollie is a confident, logical skeptic who's never afraid to share his opinion and always needs to prove he's right. Growing up, he traveled the globe with his archaeologist mom, and Ollie doesn't believe that there's anything that can't be proven or explained by science. Ollie, in my honest opinion, may sound like the nerd of the group, but a more modern nerd. Like, he thinks, like, he's probably just smart guy. He wants to prove that, always proves that he's the smart guy. It's like, with how they just, like, with basically with what this says, he always needs to prove that he's right. I don't know if he has like some type of stick up his ass or anything, but it's something not generic and not Noah from Megaforce. So I wonder what they do with it to make it more, to make it seem fresh and original. So next, the did I skip one? Oh, I'm getting by the way, I'm getting this off of a Instagram account called Toy Turd who had the bios going all over the place. And so, our Pink Ranger, Amelia, who is played by Hunter Deno. Amelia is a go-getting journalist with a passion for the paranormal. Amelia works at an internet media agency, BuzzBlast. that BuzzBlast. Well, she is well known in Pine Ridge as the person you come to if anything weird happens. Her enthusiasm seeps into everything she does, much to the amusement of her, well, ranger friends. Buzz Blast. I'm sorry, that Buzz Blast was Power Rangers not trying to get sued by BuzzFeed for freaking copyright claims? Just Buzz Blast. Could there be a McDonald's in this show and they give that a different name somehow? Like, I want to hear all the different names they'll make up for McDonald's. Like, I don't know, McDaniels, McOlivers, I don't know. I just want to see them. And so next. But other than that, for Amelia, I'm getting some Zoe from Beast Morphers vibes from her. And that's a good thing. She sounds like a thrill seeker, and I quite like that. And so next, let's go on now to our first official female Green Ranger, Izzy, played by Tessa Ryle. Izzy is a highly competitive and ambiguous athlete. She pushes herself to the limits and never gives up. She, even when the stress is overwhelming, she's close. Oh, she is close with her stepbrother Javi. With that said, let's also read the Black Ranger's bio, Javi, who is played by Chance Perez. Javi is a free-spirited musician who can be quiet at times, focusing his energy on his creative process and artistic endeavors. Though he loves music, he can't settle on any one style or instrument. His stepsister Izzy is his biggest supporter and the most important person in his life. I quite like what I quite like the family dynamic. Tongue tied. I quite like the family dynamic they're making up with Black and Green. It's just like from Ryu Soldier, like with Toa and Bamba, but in this case, they're step siblings, so it's not a natural connection. It's more of a, well, they're step siblings, so they're getting to know each other and built one. Also, both their both of these two sound quite interesting. Izzy being athletic, she's basically just like Toa, but a girl. And I want to see what they do with her. And Javi's not bad too. And really can't think of any words except for they both sound interesting and they're siblings. So I wonder what type of camaraderie they'll do. Well, yeah. See, hey, let's just move on now to the let's tongue tied. Void Knight, who is going to be, well, is the American adaptation of Guy Sorg. So, Void Knight is an armored alien warlord who crashed on Earth many years ago. He is intent on using the power of the supercharged Sporix for his own personal benefit. One thing I definitely heard online is that everyone thinks that Void Knight might be the big bad, like the one in charge. And if he is the one in charge, okay, let's see what they'll go with it. I'm not going to go out and fully believe that he might be the one in charge. Mainly because it's a rumor, and most rumors tend to either not be true or aren't entirely accurate. But if this is the case for him, alright, let's give it a shot and see. Because I'm willing to be curious. And this is just for Tanky, and the last bio is for Tanky Joe, who is the American adaptation. Tanky Joe. He was from Ryu Soldier. In case you've forgotten him, he was the first general to be defeated. His American adaptation name is Boom Tower, and he is one of Void Knight's generals. I'm sorry, I just gotta say this one thing real quick. Boom Tower, terrible name because it's too generic. That's all. Just Boom Tower. Of all names, Boom Tower. Just no. I need one more glass of water. Actually, no, I need to chug this down because my throat is starting to be dry. Excuse me. Finally, my throat is quenched, and now I can go on. I like how these characters sound. They all seem very interesting, and I pray they stay interesting because my mind's going to Ninja Steel, but that's for a completely other thing that we'll get to in a little bit. But I like how everyone sounds. Everyone sounds original, fresh, interesting, and I'm totally down for it. And this is the next thing that's on my mind isn't particularly towards the characters, but for the actors. I pray to God that I hope they know how to act. I just pray to God I hope they know how to act. That's all. Like for each character, I've looked them up on Instagram. At least some of them have acting experience. That is all I have. I mean, that's all I'll say. Ooh. And so, actually, what? Sorry. Right now, I have a list of things that I was going to go over in this video, but screw it. Let's just go all over the place now, since I know where we're going with this. Before we move on to the images linked online, might as well talk about the names for the Zords, which aren't bad, honestly. The T-Rex is called the T-Rex Champion Zord. The Triceratops will be called the Tricerablade Zord. The Ankylosaurus will be called the Ankylo Hammer Zord. And let's see here. The saber-toothed tiger, I believe, will be called the Tiger Claw Zord. And Black's dinosaur is actually different. In Ryu Soldier, I believe Mir Needle was a Miragaia, but in Dino Fury, he will be a Stegosaurus, to which they'll call it the Stego Blade Zord, I believe. I forgot. I'd have to look it up again. It should be something that Stego. I believe it was going to be called the Stegoblade Zord or something. But point is, Black will be a Stegosaurus instead, which will probably be a simpler dinosaur for kids to learn. But, well, I like the names. They're not bad. They're quite original, and to be fully honest, I'll take Tricerablade Zord over something dumb like Zoom Zord or Robo Red Zord. Robo Red Zord, probably not dumb. Zoom Zord, that sounds a lot dumber. But yeah, the Zord names, I can live with them. Now, as for the images and whatnot linked online, which I will be pulling up now. Right. Pull up. Here we. Damn. Down. Haven't found them yet. Give me a moment. Just. How about. Sorry, right now I have them saved. I take that back. No, I don't. I'm going to be a moment. Because I'm literally getting all this information on. I'm getting literally all this information on basically all over Instagram through different accounts. But I will say this, though, that I won't have to look up. Apparently, they have an alien sidekick to help them out, to which I'm okay with. Like, the costume looks, well, for one, good. Not ridiculous, not stupid, very alien-like. And since, like, Zato is an alien too, he apparently has some horns on his head, or antennas, to which, that was a choice. But hey, the Alien Rangers, they look like fish people, so, yeah. But, back to that monster design. Well, not monster design, that alien design. Not bad. Very out there, and I am totally alright with it. One thing that I'm not alright with, though, and this is what makes me think about Ninja Steel, Mick is back. Like, for some reason, they wanted Kelson Henderson to reprise his role as Mick, and they brought him back. Why? Oh god, why would they want to bring Mick back for this? Like, they're in like a whole new town, not Summer Cove, Pine Ridge. Oh my god. What's Mick doing there? I don't know. I feel like maybe they want Mick to be the Tobei Tachibana of Power Rangers. In case you don't get that, it's a KamenRider reference. But why is Mick back? Like, and I'm being fully honest right now. I don't hate the character, but it makes me a little scared because my mind thinks Ninja Steel. And I know the show is in Ninja Steel, but I just hope this show isn't bad. I hope this show is not bad. And I hope it doesn't turn out bad. That's all I can really say. Other than that, they are actually they actually have a command. This team has a command center, and I don't know if they're in high school or not. Probably are, because it's Power Rangers and the writers can't seem to get away from high school. But I will say this, their command center, I kind of like it. It kind of reminds me of the Galaxy Warrior ship, but it's completely different. And I have no complaints about this, and I'm totally alright. I wouldn't think that definitely wouldn't think that they, I don't know, remodeled the Galaxy Warriors dome into a command center, because last time I checked in Ninja Steel, it got blown up. So, yeah, I'm alright with the ship. Oh, and there's this one picture with all 5 Rangers together, to which I was actually having a conversation back and forth with Marcus Digital about this. Speaking of which, go check out Marcus Digital. He is a YouTuber. He doesn't just talk about Power Rangers, but also superhero content in general. So if you're interested in anything involving comics or movies, go check out Marcus Digital. He is a great guy, pretty funny, and just, yeah, go check out his content. Shout out. Anyway, yeah, we're actually, being Marcus Digital, we were going back and forth on one picture with all the Rangers together, and it was about clothes that they were wearing. For some reason, he seemed to have, he thought what the girls were wearing were a bit ridiculous and thought it was a bit 90s. And while I personally disagree, I will say this. That green denim jacket that Green is wearing, that's forced. Like, it's just forced. We know you're the Green Ranger, but no, that's just not a good jacket. Though I will say this, though. Like, this. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I'm not a fashion person, but hey, but with what Black's wearing with flannel shirt wrapped around his waist, I do that sometimes too. But yeah, so far, all right, with what we have so far, I am a little worried but also cautiously optimistic about this show because I hope it's good. If anything, I would like it to be better than its Japanese counterpart because Ryu Soldier, not entirely a bad show, but could have been better. But with what we have, the characters seem interesting. The plot, the plot's a little generic, but I expect everything else to carry the show. And so, little nervous, but I hope this show will be good. The character bios, like, I would like the characters. Actually, not just, I wouldn't just want to fully rely on the characters. I want this show to be great in every area, and hopefully it will be. And will be coming out soon in March, I believe. I would have to look it up again to see. I think March. But with that said, thank you guys for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and tell your friends about KamenRider Blackman. And I will see you all next time. What do you all think about what they're doing for Dino Fury? Tell me in the comments down below. And see you next video. Peace.